Hi, this is Kelley Wright at the Money Show in Orlando. With me today, Miss Nancy Zambell, one of the best on Wall Street, one of my favorites. It's always good to see you.
It's good to see you too. You haven't changed at all in 25 years.
Oh my God, from your lips to God's ears. Anyway, so we're chit-chatting off camera about this, about that, and you know, every time we come to the Money Show, there's typically, it's at some juncture in the market where it's either heading way, way up or it's heading way, way down. You know, it's rarely anything in the middle. So right now we're in the middle of this rampaging, well, I shouldn't say we're in the middle, but we're in a rampaging bull market. And, you know, you and I, unfortunately, have been around long enough that nothing can last this good this long. On the other hand, I don't know how many of folks like us, their careers have gone trying to pick tops and bottoms, but what, if anything, bothers you?
Well, I think that, you know, the PEs are still historically low, so that's not a bad thing. But it seems like I'm seeing, I don't know, some weird stuff in the M&A business. And I think people are starting to buy things that maybe aren't really in their path. I don't know if you recall, I know you recall, back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Utility companies started buying all kinds of strange things that had nothing to do with utility, like land companies.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then we know how that ended. It didn't do well. You know, the banks kept merging and consolidating, thinking they were going to make some money, and then they just screwed around with their capital structures and fell flat on their face, the big S&L debacle and all that. So I don't know. I'm a little worried about some of the things that the tech companies are buying, and I don't have anything specific. And some of the big pharma's going after some of these biotechs, because, you know, biotechs are incredibly speculative.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it used to be back in the day. You can see I have kids because I use that phrase. But back in the day, you know, they had these monster R&D budgets. They don't do that anymore.
No.
They just buy these little incubator companies that have got something that's sort of been moseying down the track, and it looks like the FDA is getting ready to put its stamp of approval on there. And it's a lot cheaper than throwing $10 billion at 1,000 different things.
Right, and burning cash.
And burning cash, yeah, which we both know, I mean, God forbid.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to do that. So,
well, my take on that is that you're starting to see some M&A going on in the biotech and the big pharma companies. It's not all bad, and a lot of them, as you said, is after they get to a certain part on the FDA
Right.
Seems like that FDA approval thing has changed considerably.
Just
and
a
it's
smidge.
A lot easier than it used to be. So now I'm thinking down the road lawsuits because they didn't do their job. Now that could just be me.
Well, no, and I mean, God forbid that lawyers don't have anything to do.
Exactly.
You know, I would feel very bad for them because, you know, they are an underprivileged class.
They are. I know. I should have done that, you know.
No, but you know, I know. No, but you know what? You're right. It used to be to go from phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 3 in biotech. I mean, it was a long and winding and painful road, and it was like such a victory to get to phase 3 because then, you know, you're just waiting on the FDA to say, okay, you're good to go.
Yeah.
So it is a lot easier
today. It's
today.
almost like with those stocks, buy them when they get to the first or second trial, and then let somebody else buy the company and get the heck out of there. You know, you're going to lose. You're going to leave some money on the table because there'll be some that have, you know, the next Viagra or something, but there'll be others that are just they're never going to get through the process. And unless you really know something about that industry.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, the biotech is, well, number one, it's the science.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and unless you're a biochemist.
Your brother-in-law.
Which, speaking of biochemistry, just I'm dying to know. What's your take on cannabis? The whole cannabis?
Oh my gosh, we have a whole marijuana structure newsletter now.
Do you really?
It's called Cabot Marijuana Investor. How do you like that for a title?
God love it.
And Tim Lutz, the owner and son of the founder of the company, this year not so well, but last year just incredible returns in marijuana because you could just throw a dart really and hit any marijuana company and make money off of it. Now you got to be a little bit more picky about it.
So there's not as many high flyers?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
That's terrible. What a fun.
He'll be here all week, folks.
That's right. There's a company right over there in the exhibit hall that's giving out samples, by the way. But anyway, I mean, again, you're looking at buying something that's cheap, as cheap as you can get. It's going to be bought by somebody else.
Yeah.
Because it's going to end up like the alcohol and the cigarette industry, where you've got a handful of companies that really do.
Well, look, I mean, Altria.
Yeah, they're getting into it with the whole Willie Nelson thing.
They made a huge investment. Their sister company, Philip Morris, has been dabbling in it. Yeah, I mean, not a heck of a lot has changed since the Garden of Eden.
No, it really hasn't.
Folks like to drink.
Drives everything too. Yeah.
They like to drink. They like to smoke.
But and whatever your moral intake is on it, and I won't share my moral intake on it, but it's causing issues in state after state.
Oh yeah.
With higher crime. We have an analyst that actually does one of our value letters, and she moved from Denver, and that was one of the first states that legalized recreational marijuana.
Yep.
And the crime rate has gone through the roof because people are moving from other states.
Right.
And it's not like they're working; they're moving there to get on welfare in a lot of cases, and but they're buying that stuff, and so it's not all good.
It gives a new meaning to a Rocky Mountain High.
It does. But it's like alcohol, whether you are for any of the sin stocks or not. You can still make money off of it.
As my friend used to say, sin is in. And how do you spell sin? F-U-N.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
Anyway, we could do this all day long, but we're supposed to be helping folks make money. This is Kelley Wright, The Money Show with Miss Nancy Zambell. Thanks for joining us.